Let's go now to the latest in the fallout from the murder investigation of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The office of New York Governor Kathy Hochul is convening a safety summit tomorrow between nervous business leaders and law enforcement. CNN has learned the safety concerns among executives are so widespread, New York State may create a special hotline just for CEOs to call in threats.
Was there a safety summit connecting the residents of New York with the local police departments in New York State, especially when crime spikes were happening? No, there weren't, because who cares about the safety of average individuals living in New York City or New York State? Now, according to that CNN report from this morning, the state of New York they are setting up a special CEO safety hotline, okay? And they're doing this whole safety summit. And of course, this is in response to UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson getting assassinated by Luigi Mangione. Now, that and other measures will be discussed at the safety summit that you just heard about in the video. The summit will convene 175 corporate representatives, state police, homeland security officials, and counterterrorism officials as well. Kathy Wild, who is the CEO and president of the Partnership for New York City, which is an organization that builds partnerships between business and government, is one of the people who is like kind of like the point person for this summit. And so she states of the summit, it's a demonstration that New York really has the most prepared and informed counterterrorism capacity in the country. There's nowhere safer to be. She also spoke more generally about the assassination of Brian Thompson, saying that demonization of corporate executives is not new. It was part of the rhetoric in the financial crisis of 2008, 2009. The real estate industry has obviously been subject to it. It's not new. Translating people's anger from rhetoric into shooting someone is new. And Axios reports that even before the assassination, large companies had been spending more and more of their resources on security. S&P 500 companies, for instance, spent a median of $98,069 on executive security benefits in 2023, which was up from $47,643 in 2021. And that's according to compensation tracker Uygur, which shared the data with Axios. So look, I don't know, this story irritates me beyond words, especially because of how ordinary people are treated when they're concerned about their safety versus how executives are treated. When executives feel that their safety is under threat, politicians like jump on it. It's the most important thing. We got to call a summit to deal with it.
Yeah.
Democrats who've been gaslighting us about crime are now all of a sudden, we need to have a summit. Let's have a summit for the executives. No, I can't. Go ahead, Cenk.
I, on the other hand, am in favor of this because technically I'm a CEO here, so I should have special privileges, okay? So
that's true, you are an executive technically, but
yeah,
technically.
So okay, now let's get to my real opinion. A special hotline in case you're in danger. Good news, it already exists. It's called 911.
No, they need a special one, Cenk. They're special. By
the time they figure out what the special hotline's number is, they'll already be in mortal danger.
Yeah.
Just call 911, okay? That's the easiest thing, we all know it. And so you don't need an extra special bat mobile or a bat line or a bat message. I finally got to it, to call in the cops in Gotham, okay? So guys, the reason why this is so irritating for those, you all know it, but I guess I'm addressing the people in power here who don't get it, right? Is it seems like you're doing a two-tiered system. One for people that are important, like CEOs, and for the second one, for the unimportant people, the rest of the citizens and civilians. I mean, the fact that it's so obvious that it's amazing that you can't see it. So look, if there was a special situation, and in fact there is one, like sometimes celebrities there's a portion of the police department that takes care of celebrities in LA, New York, and other places where there's a higher concentration. Why? Because sometimes they have different problems. They're There's stalkers that a normal civilian wouldn't have. There might be special grudges that a civilian wouldn't have. They might be targeted more than a normal civilian. Okay, so then you could say there's some logic there, right? But there's been one shooting of a CEO, and there's like, to our knowledge, this is not some sort of epidemic. It's not different in nature than other killings. It's to set up these giant infrastructure and hotlines and this and that and committees.
They're having a summit, Cenk.
And a summit.
They're having a summit about this. Like, look, I want to be clear. I'm not trying to minimize, okay, people feeling unsafe, including executives in this case. And I'm not in any way saying that they shouldn't get any protection at all. What I'm trying to say is that double standard, right? The two-tiered, in this case, security system in New York that's now being implemented is infuriating, especially after we've now had how many years of stories like man has been arrested dozens of times for violent offenses, but was free on the streets to sucker punch an elderly woman so she was unconscious. Like, couple found with dismembered body parts in their apartment, but were let loose with no cash bail. Like, what are we doing? Like, what is happening here?
Yeah, so, I mean, Anna makes a great point. This is the same Democratic Party that said that crime was imaginary and that you shouldn't worry about it and it's no big deal. And you know, we've had people that are working class people attacked in subways, buses, on the streets, et cetera, and they said, no, imaginary, no big deal, et cetera. And now they turn around, now that one member of the establishment has been killed, and we're the guys who said crime was a real problem. So if you want to take precaution against crime, we were here for it years ago, right? So we couldn't be more principled on this. And so should you protect CEOs? Of course you should. What are you, nuts? Let alone the fact that I'm in that category. Of course they're normal, they're human beings. Of course they should be protected like everyone else. But when you say, no, the regular working class guys shouldn't be protected and who gives a damn about their safety, and no, I'm gonna make, I'm gonna release people from prison, I'm gonna make felonies misdemeanors, I'm gonna do all these things so they are not protected. But the minute one member of the establishment is killed, I'm gonna do committees and groups and hotlines, and now that somebody important has been harmed, now we're on top of it. Feels super gross. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.